Vito, we're talking about bullying.
Bullying. Yeah, we're going to revisit the topic of bullying with a special focus on the bully himself. And if we can help the bully, if we can eliminate basically the problems that the bully is having, we can eliminate the problem that the victims are having as a result of the bullying. And I think the bully basically is, obviously that's the problem, but the bully has so much emotional problems at home that he has to deal with. He doesn't know what to do. He goes to school, he goes outside his environment, his home, and then he bullies other people and makes them victims due to whatever emotional distress that he has. And
It's been a big topic the last few months, bullying, kids committing suicide because they were bullied. Do you think, Vito, though, that bullying has always been a problem, and in the last 2-3 years it's really come out in the spotlight because people are talking about it? I mean, we had bullying problems 20 years ago.
Definitely. I think maybe there is that aspect of the social media, Facebook and that stuff, the news, the media is just bigger, and stories are getting to the forefront quicker. But it could be, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but it could be that because of dual income families, because there's less parents and less time to be at home, less morals, less ethics, less religion, all these different factors, it could be that there just are more bullies, per capita, whatever it is, than there was back in those days. Maybe the punishment is not as severe anymore. Maybe back then, in school, for example, if someone would get in trouble, you're going to get your knuckles hit with a meter stick.
It's true. Discipline.
Discipline, all that stuff.
So what's happening to the person who's bullying? I mean, why are they not, or the person who's being bullied, why is this person not reporting this?
Some of these people are just scared. They're basically, they're in their environment, they're at school, wherever they are. Someone comes up to them, they get bullied, and they're scared of the outcome, the reaction, if they go and if they tell. So they keep it inside. That person becomes even more of a target, even more of a victim for that bully, for other bullies to bully that person. So that's that aspect of it. The good thing that I got from these two Marymount kids was that if they do tell, the punishment happens immediately. So that's a positive. So basically, the message here is tell. Basically, if you're getting bullied, go to the authorities, whether it's the parents, whether it's the principal, let them know, and actions will be taken on those bullies. So that's that aspect, and I think that should be a given, okay, for all people, all victims of bullying. But for the bully himself, if the bully himself has somewhere to go to talk about the problem, or if, when someone who tells on the bully gets exposed at that moment, if someone can go to the bully, take the bully aside, and talk to the bully about what the problems is, what's happening at home, and a program, something in the schools or in the program outside of the schools to basically help the bully get through their emotional problems, the problems at home, to basically help the bully, because the bully is also a victim who's victimizing others. And if the bully can get that necessary help, then he won't essentially bully other people.
But
take care of the root of the problem, you eliminate the problem.
Vito, I really believe that the person who's bullying, he or she does not realize that they're bullying. I don't think they realize they're doing something wrong.
Yeah. It's probably only small moments. When they're doing something where they feel maybe I crossed the line. When they do something really bad. I'll give you a real world example, right? I'm out of school. It hasn't been such a long time that I'm out of school. When I was in high school, okay, we're going back now, let's say 10, 12 years, there was a group of people, right? They were bullying one or two, let's say it was two guys. At one point it got so bad that the parents came in, the police came in. That's the point that it got to. Along the way,
back off from the desk so you'll get away from the habit of doing it. Okay.
Along the way, okay, when these bullies were bullying that individual, they weren't aware. They were laughing and they were getting a ruse out of what they were doing. Finally, when the police came in and the principal came in, the parents came in, at that point, they didn't stop because they were necessarily hurting the victim, they stop for their own benefit to not get expelled and to not really get in real serious
So
trouble.
they didn't realize what they were doing.
Exactly. They didn't realize or care to realize what they were doing, right? And that's what it really is about. If you can get the bully to care about what he's doing, to understand the negative, damaging effects of what he or she is doing, because it's girls and it's guys that bully, what he or she is doing to that victim, if they can really understand it, then maybe they can kind of peel back and become aware of what they're doing. And that's really important. That's a really important thing, I think.
I think what Vito said is right on. When the person who's bullying doesn't realize what he or she's doing to the victim. But maybe, you know what? Maybe there should be like a bullying group or a club where all these people who bully should meet like AA.
Exactly.
And say, you know what, the reason I bullied so-and-so is because this is what happened at home. Maybe they should start coming out
Right.
and talking about what causes them to do that, and they might realize what
That
they're
they're not
doing.
alone.
They're not alone.
They're not alone.
And they need help. Like if you go to AA, if you go to a lot of these clubs, they need help and they have to go get help. I think Vito said it. They don't realize what they're doing is totally wrong. So I think there has to be awareness. They have to be educated. If you were bullied,
yes.
okay, let's take you back.
Frank, this is right on the money.
If you were bullied, how would you handle it?
I've been bullied.
So how did you handle it?
At first, I tried to be Christ-like, where I took it on the cheek, I smiled, and I offered the other cheek. I continued to be nice. I continued to be pleasant to that person. And I tried in that to make them realize what they're doing to me. And it went on, and it went on, and it went on. And eventually, I confronted the person, face to face. I brought them aside. I told them how I feel. I told them what they're doing, how it's making me feel, and how what they're doing is wrong. And you know what happened? The bully started to tell me how they were not aware of what they were doing. They really, truly did not think that it was a bad thing what they were doing.
They thought they were having fun.
They thought they were just having fun. And then, the hypocrisy, the bully said, I can't believe I was doing it because I was bullied when I was younger. And I feel bad now that I've been bullying you when I was bullied in the past. And so they kind of shed a layer about themselves. And it was a good moment for both of us. What happened in the future? That person just kind of stopped. They stopped bullying me. They really changed for about a week. I saw a great improvement in them. And then after they went back to who they were, but they left me alone.
I see.
Right.
They chose other victims.
They chose to go on to someone else, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, people got to realize bullying doesn't necessarily mean physical violence. You could bully a person verbally.
No, it was verbal.
Intimidation, and like Vito said, some people don't realize what they're doing is bullying. They think, hey, I'm just pulling your leg, I'm having some fun.
Right.
I think that it comes down to communicating. I mean, violence is not the right way to go about it. I know some people that if they were bullied, they would counter by being violent, and it'll get out of hand. I think it's communicating, maybe taking that person aside. But some people you can't talk to. You're lucky you were able to talk to that person.
Right. In my case, to be specific, it was a girl at work who was doing it to me. So I mean, if it was a big imposing guy, I still would have done it because it's just my character. But yeah, there would have been it would have been a bigger step to get to that point. But getting back to what Frank was saying, the group program, basically getting bullies together, talking about their problems, feeling like they're not alone, and basically admitting that they do have a problem would be a huge thing, I think, for bullies. And if this started to develop, I think different schools, different groups would know about this. I think that would be a great thing for bullies. And I think in some cases, a bully would even be drawn towards it and go on his own to do that if he knew that there was something there. But he doesn't, and he's not aware. So he goes out and continues until he gets smashed down, and he has to make a realization later on. And sometimes it's too late for that person to make a realization they've done too much wrong, they've done too much wrong. Maybe they've hurt someone, maybe they're in jail now. And that's what it takes. We don't want it to get to that point. We want bullies to realize what they're doing, to make a change. Less victims, less bullies, less bullies, less victims. I think that would be a great thing.
And prevention. Talk about it. Don't keep it in. Talk about it. Yeah, go see the authorities. Go see people that care about you, counselors in school. I think communication is very important when it comes. You're not alone. There's people out there that want to help you. It's turned into really the last few weeks. Bullying is in the news almost every day. It's unfortunate, but people out there need help. If you're being bullied, do get some help. Vito, thank you very much. What's bothering you? From Santa Leonardo da Vinci, I'm Frank Cavallaro. We'll talk to you next time.